All right, folks, this is Homeschooling 101. We watched a short video. Could you put it back to the video? The video again? The cool thing about this is you can review anything. So if you've daydreamed or if you've gotten past your attention level, then you can just review it again. Not this guy, yeah, the guy in the big. Well, we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you. I was very nervous about this because the school didn't. I don't know if they were just being obtuse or feigning naivety with me, but they didn't act like they knew exactly what I needed to do in order to get to this point, legally. But what I did find out is that homeschooling is your right in every state. Where's the video?
What's wrong with you?
Put the video of the guy. I'm trying to show people how the course starts. This is the Time4Learning course. And it starts with some instructions. But basically, you log in. And you register your child, of course. And then you start. You do have to forward a table of contents along with your high school diploma or GED to your administrator, your superintendent, principal. Find whoever will support you and give you help. And then that's not the video. But anyway, it's kind of cool. They kind of get started. My son's been on for about an hour and a half, I think, already, and he might have a couple more hours to go today. Hey, there he is.
Discussing a few different reference materials that will help you get information about any word you want. They are the dictionary, which, as we know, gives us word definitions, origins, parts of speech, pronunciations, and the thesaurus, which gives us the words synonyms and antonyms, and online dictionaries and thesauruses. Now, with these online reference materials, we need to make sure that we use a credible source, one that can be easily verified for accuracy. So, let's say we come across an unfamiliar word in a text, and we need to know what it means in order to understand what's going on in the scene the author's painting for us. Now, if we look up the word in the dictionary, we'll most likely see more than one definition for the same word. Like if you looked up the word broke, you'd see that it actually could refer to a severance, as in, I broke my arm. Or maybe the beginning of something, as in, the next day's dawn broke cloudy and dull. Or even broke as in no money, as in, I'd lend you some cash, but I'm broke.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm most familiar with. You see how the context of the word changes the meaning.
Broke ass.
So let's use a word from the story, Horseman in the Sky, to see how it works in real life. The word is disposition. Now, when we look it up in the dictionary, it gives us no less than 4 definitions. Uh-oh, now what? Well, remember what we just saw with the word broke? Same thing here, just different word. So let's just take it one step at a time, okay? So the first definition says that disposition can refer to mood, as in, he has a sweet disposition. The next one says it is a tendency or a habit, as in, he has a disposition to want to argue all the time. The third definition talks about the position of something, as in the arrangement of flowers. The last one says the disposition can be a final settlement, as in, we read the disposition of her final will. Now, how are we going to decide which is right for us, for our story, for our context? Well, that's the part of the answer.
I'm getting familiar with the
nomenclature. We've just seen how the definition of a word depends on the situation, the context it's in. So let's have a look at where our word appears in the story. This is the passage. But for the somewhat methodical disposition of his limbs and a slight rhythmic movement of the cartridge box at the back of his belt, he might have been thought dead.
Well, for the somewhat methodical disposition of his limbs and a slight rhythmic movement of the cartridge box at the back of his belt, He might have.
We'll see here. The
been
first
thought dead.
definition in
Wow.
the dictionary, what was it?
You're talking over.
Yeah, the one that has something to do with a person's mood. Well, that can't be right. I mean, when do you see a leg in a bad mood? No, let's look on. How about the one that says the disposition can be the final agreement? Well, can arms and legs have a last will and testament? No, not unless they leave somebody a set of fingernails or an elbow or something.
Right.
So no. Okay, well, how about the one that talks about arrangement? Could the disposition of his arms and legs be arranged methodically to make it clear that he is not dead? Bingo, we have a
I kind of like that you
okay,
can
so
keep
now we know what our
your eye
history
on
means.
a screen
Disposition.
instead of a
The way it's
paper.
used in
I
our
mean, who's going to be
story.
looking down on papers or books anymore?
To tell you the truth, as
Really.
highly educated, as naturally brilliant as I am, sometimes I need a little help.
Yeah, of course you have to have a keyboard always.
And I find that if I can internalize the concept of a new word, I can actually make it a functioning part of my vocabulary, and thus become even more brilliant. Now, one way I do this, and this is something you can try yourself, is to make an association between the new word and the unfamiliar word. Like our new word disposition has right in it another word that actually means the same thing, position. You see it there peeking out there at the end? It's a good clue. Another way is to associate the new word with a picture. For example, if you just learned that the word liberation meant freedom, you could choose to associate the mental image of an American flag, the symbol of our fight for independence and freedom, with your new word to help jog your memory. Expanding your vocabulary doesn't have to be drudgery.
Right.
If you know where to look and how to apply your new knowledge, you'll be well on your way to a lifelong love of learning. Because through words, we can get more from our reading. We can learn about our interests and expand
Absolutely
our
right
horizons.
about that.
So see you next time, and happy word hunting.
Work.
There you go. That's the proctor for the English. So that's our new English teacher for a little while. He seems awesome.
As you learned in the video, it's important to keep in mind that
Son, I
many
want
words
you to
have
know
more than
also
one
that
meaning.
if you chew gum while you're studying,
Glossary, or
and then
thesaurus,
chew that same kind of gum when you test on that same subject, you will do better on the test. It's proven in double-blind studies with mice, so.
Which makes me picture a mom
So that's it, folks. I know that was a long video, but Time for Learning is pretty cool, and it feels good to have my son with me today. And signing off, say goodbye, Jackson.
Okay, I've got a question for you.